Yesterday, your seedling stood tall and healthy in the evening light. This morning, it is lying flat on the ground. Most gardeners look at that scene and immediately blame the heat wave. That assumption is wrong. Look closely right now at the base of that fallen stem. It is not torn or wilted. It is sliced clean, like something with a blade worked here in total darkness while you slept. Tonight we are opening a case file on your garden with 3 suspects, 1 crime scene, and 1 piece of evidence that clears the heat wave completely. Here is what a mistake like this actually costs a home gardener. You spent weeks raising those seedlings from seed, checking on them daily, protecting them from the summer sun and the July heat. One single night is enough to erase every bit of that effort completely. Replacing an entire wiped-out bed can also run $60 or more once you count seed, soil, and lost time waiting on new starts. That loss happens fastest during one specific window, the first 1 to 2 weeks after transplanting, while the stem is still soft and green. 3 separate pests operate inside that exact window in your exact soil under the exact cover of night. We are not going to guess which one visited your garden this time. We are going to identify each suspect by its evidence the same way a real investigator works a scene. And we are going to close this case with one single defense that stops all 3 at once. Our first suspect leaves behind the most obvious evidence of the 3. Most gardeners look at a fallen seedling and assume an animal knocked it over during the night. Look again, closely, at the cut itself before you decide. It is clean, sharp, and angled, almost like a tiny blade sliced straight through the tissue in one motion. That is not animal damage, and it is not disease creeping through the stem overnight. That is the black cutworm, a nocturnal larva that curls its entire body around the base of a plant and chews directly through it. This behavior does not begin randomly on some random July night without warning. Entomologists do not guess when cutworms turn active. They track accumulated warmth over time using a measurement called degree, days added together from daily soil and air temperatures. Cutting behavior in black cutworms reliably begins at around 300 accumulated degree days, using a base temperature of 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Once your local soil crosses that threshold, the attack window opens, and it stays open until stems toughen naturally with age and growth. The fix for this suspect costs nothing and takes about 30 seconds per plant. Push a simple cardboard or paper collar into the soil, circling the stem without leaving any gaps. A properly installed collar functions as a full physical blockade. The larva cannot climb over it, and it cannot chew through it. No spray required, no guesswork required, just a barrier the pest is mechanically unable to cross. And here is your first rule for reading the evidence. If the stem is cleanly sliced near the soil line, you can almost rule out disease immediately. That clean edge is the signature of a blade, like bite, not a pathogen. But that is only our first suspect. Our second suspect does not attack the stem at all. It wants something completely different. Instead of one seedling severed at the base, you find ragged, chewed leaf edges spread across several plants in the same row. Gardeners often blame wind damage here, or assume some kind of nutrient deficiency in the soil. But wind tears leaf tissue randomly and unevenly, and nutrient stress shows up as yellowing, never as chewed edges. This is the armyworm, and it moves through a bed like a slow, methodical front, feeding on foliage instead of severing stems outright. It shares the same nocturnal habits and the same heat, trigger timing as the cutworm, which is why both pests often appear together in the same hot July garden. The fix here is a lightweight floating row cover, laid loosely over the bed at dusk each evening, and removed once seedlings toughen safely past their most vulnerable stage. If the damage is ragged and spread across many plants, rule out a single culprit and start thinking about a moving front instead. Now the case gets stranger. Our third suspect leaves a clue the other 2 never leave behind at the scene. Look for irregular holes chewed through the interior of a leaf. never along the outer edges, alongside a faint silvery slime trail across the soil surface. Gardeners frequently mistake this pattern for a fungal spot or a sudden disease outbreak in the bed. But this is the slug, and it is drawn specifically to damp, heavily mulched, or overwatered soil. Here is the uncomfortable twist in this case. The very moisture habits that protect your seedlings from summer heat stress can also invite this third suspect straight into your garden bed. The fix is a dry barrier ring around each stem, made from crushed eggshell, coarse builder sand, or food-grade diatomaceous earth. Reapply it after rain or heavy watering, since moisture breaks the barrier down almost completely within hours. A slime trail changes everything about this case. It means the culprit was never an insect at all. Here is the reveal that ties this entire case together into one clear conclusion. All three suspects share one single unifying trigger, hiding in plain sight the whole time. Hot soil, complete darkness, and a tender young stem that has not yet toughened with age. That means you do not need a flashlight and a bug identification guide at 11 at night. You need one consistent habit, applied faithfully during that first 1 to 2 week window after every single transplant goes into the ground. Install a physical barrier around every new transplant before dusk falls on planting day itself. Treat this habit as protection for a real investment of your time and effort, not as one more chore on a long list. A severed seedling can never be undone once the damage is complete and the stem is fully separated. A collar installed in advance stops the entire crime before it ever has a chance to happen. Know the window, read the evidence correctly, and install the barrier before darkness falls across your garden each night. Your seedlings are now genuinely protected from teeth working quietly in the dark soil beneath them. The insect battle ends above the soil. The nutrient battle begins below it, and mismanaged nitrogen in the root zone can quietly undo everything you just fixed here tonight. That is exactly where we are headed next.